A lot of people wonder what the point is of the Xbox One X. They ask me constantly, why should I get an Xbox One X if I have a PS4 Pro or if I game on consoles? What's the difference? Is it really that big of a difference? And now we have a very clear picture, and this is very interesting stuff that I kind of did some research on and will present to you guys, and it's going to clear up a lot of things. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews. Back with another video, though. Thank you guys very much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully you guys had a great holiday weekend. Didn't spend too much money, and hopefully you ate all the pies and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, the Xbox One X, brilliant machine, but is there really that big a difference to what it's doing over the PS4 Pro? Well, we can take a look at Digital Foundry's recent uncovering of Hitman, and now I've talked about Hitman before because it was going to offer different modes, but they've actually torn down what it can do, and this is what they said. It starts with the resolution option. Hitman now offers two options that determine image quality, a high quality mode and a high frame rate mode. The former renders out the game at a full native 4K with a subtle pass of anti-aliasing on top. The high performance mode targets 60 FPS, but does so with a 1440p resolution as opposed to the standard 1080p deployed in similar modes in Rise of the Tomb Raider and Gears of War 4. It's the quality mode we prefer. Hitman is an absurdly detailed game, and the jump to native 4K makes a huge difference in terms of overall clarity. It's not just about the resolution, though. The game itself is rich in incidental detail, right down to the lavishly modeled soda cans. Paired with native Ultra HD, it's a remarkably beautiful game. Hitman also uses parallax occlusion, mapping more than any other title we've seen, giving an extra dimension to otherwise flat surfaces, rendering off the upgrades. Texture filtering is also ramped up, enabling sharper surface detail at a distance, while shadow quality is further enhanced. So the interesting thing here is you can play it at native 4K 30 frames per second, or you can play it at 1440p 60 frames per second. Now, the 1440p is the max of what the PS4 Pro can do. Think about that for a second. The PS4 Pro maxes out at 1440p 30 frames per second. Microsoft's console, the least amount that it can do is the 1440p 60 frames per second. So that gives you a little bit of an example of just how much more powerful the Xbox One X is than the PS4 Pro. And if that wasn't enough, they actually compare it flat out to the Pro. They say comparisons with the Pro are interesting. The Sony console only has one quality mode, which is broadly equivalent to the Xbox One X's performance setup, which is what I just said. There's one subtle change, though. Microsoft's console pushes out detail further into the distance on both modes. Meanwhile, on the quality-based enhancements, resolution, shadows, and filterings aren't available on Sony's system. So there's no there's shadowing and filtering. That stuff's not on the Sony system. So why offer two modes on the X then? Well, it's all about frame rate stability. With the high-quality mode, you can toggle between a capped or uncapped frame rate. By using the 30 FPS cap here, Hitman offers a mostly stable experience at native 4K, dropping under the threshold just a touch in the most packed environments, and then it kind of goes on with that as well. So it's very good to know that the X can actually do, it says Microsoft's console hands in a 20 FPS advantage in virtually all scenarios over the PS4 Pro. So think about that, right? A 20 FPS advantage over the Pro, and people were trying to say that the CPU wasn't a big difference, but obviously we can see that it is quite a difference. And even lastly, what they say is the best has been saved until last, with Hitman on Xbox One X offering higher performance or significantly improved 4K experience, giving users the choice on which to use. What was always a great game to play is now also a highly impressive showcase title for Microsoft's new console. If you don't own the game and you've just invested in an Xbox One X, we highly recommend adding this to your collection. Basically, it's giving you modes that the PS4 Pro can't even do. The Pro, even with an update, isn't even doing the simple things like the shadows and stuff like that. So you might think that, oh well, a little bit of a resolution difference might not be that big of a deal, and it might not be. But when this is giving you completely different game mode options and a native 4K option, I think it's quite clear that the Xbox One X is far superior and a much better option for a 4K experience. And if that's what you're looking for, then that's what you're going to want to get. I will link this article so you guys can check it out for yourself. But again, they've done a really good job of explaining why the Xbox One X exists, why it's so much better than the PS4 Pro, and why you should get it. Thanks for watching. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.